And welcome to Messin' Around Mondays. We have an awesome show for you today. We are kind of doing something a little different maybe than our normal show. And today is a day where we are laying out all of the things we're most excited for in this upcoming year of media. That can be TV shows, movies, video games, events, anything really that's coming out. We're going to be picking some of those things, not in really a draft today, but we're making some top 10 lists each of us have. So we're excited about that. We are going to be giving some press releases. We have a Should I Watch That? A show I've been watching a lot that I really like. We'll talk about that as well. So first of all, Mason, welcome back.
I'm back, baby. I'm back like I never left. I'm
here. Never left.
Like I never left. I'm here.
All the cold.
Yes, it was perfect timing, and I hate that you guys had to deal with what you dealt with, the freezing tundra, but it was like in the 80s while I was gone. Thinking of you guys where it was single digits. Had to been tough. But got a sunburn while I was there as well. We had a great time. I had a fun little story that I wanted to share with everybody. So we went down to Cozumel, and we made the mistake of not booking an excursion. We just were like, let's explore, what a great idea. Nothing bad could happen, right? We brought a certain amount of money, cash, and then everything else on the ship. If you've been on a cruise ship, it all gets charged to your card, like your set sail card or whatever. So we didn't worry about that. So we brought cash just for the island. We get off and people are like running at you and they're like, come in my store. They're trying to sell you hard on it and trying to sell you on anything that they could, alcohol, merchandise, ornaments, anything that homemade stuff. So we kind of check out that area and then we kind of got bored with it. And we're like, we talked to somebody on the island that said that there's a free beach area with a restaurant. So we were like, okay, let's do that. Oh, it's going to be a taxi ride. Should be like $8. And we're like, we can afford that. So we get to the taxi section and it was just like, you blink and things are like, it was so fast. They're just, taxis are coming up so quick. They're just pushing people in the taxi and then they take off. And I look at a sign and it said to the restaurant that we were going to was $30. And I thought that was a round trip. We get in and then the guy's like, where to? And we're taking off already. And I was like, the restaurant was called Alberto's. And he was like, oh, I take you to Better Beach. I take you to Sandy. This is Rocky. I take you to Better Beach. And I was like, okay, well, how much is it? He said $30 to get there. And then I said, is it free beach? And he said, no, nothing's free here. It's going to be $20 a person. And then I was like, okay, well, we were told that there's a free beach. Oh, no free beach. And took us to this location. We don't even know what it was called or where it was at. It was about 3 miles down. And I felt like there was some type of agenda for the taxi driver because when we got off and we paid for the $20 a person, they put a taxi number, like his taxi number so I think he got reimbursed for just like taking us there. Then we met a mom and a daughter there that also said the same thing happened to them. They said, we'd like to go somewhere. And they said, no, we take you somewhere better. And then they didn't really fight on it. And then they just took them there. So if you're doing the math at home, everybody, it was $30 to get there, $40 at the beach. And then it was $30 to get back, which I will tell that story in a minute. So we got there and we're stressed because we're down to very little money left. And of course, the waiters and the waitresses are coming, want a drink, want some food? And we had to tell them no, because we had no cash left. We had enough to get back and barely some after that. So then we're just like stressed out about getting back. And we're like, what happens if we don't get back? Or what? Like we were probably at that. Yes, we were at that beach for like 30 minutes and we were just kind of stressed. We didn't even enjoy it. And we're like, you know what? Let's go back. So the mom and the daughter that we met, They said, they charge you 30. And we're like, yeah. And they're like, well, our original price was 20. But then we got there and they said, no, we said 25. So we paid them 25. So they said, you can barter with them, just barter with them. So we went up to the taxi and he was like 30. And I said, well, the other taxi was 20. I did tell a white lie, but we're pinched for every dollar at this point. And he's like, 20. Oh, that's too low. And I said, okay, we'll wait on the next taxi. And he said 25. And so I bartered $5.
That's
which
pretty
was
good. Good work, Messin.
Negotiation over here. We got back safe.
Get you a Taco Bell box.
I know, right? It was then there was a restaurant near that took card, which I was stressed about that. I was like, what if our card gets hacked and all this stuff? Everybody's swiping their card. It said Visa. It was called Senor Frogs, which apparently is like a franchise.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of that.
But if it wasn't, everything besides that did not take card. Everything's cash. So the lesson to the story is book Excursion. Don't just explore to explore, which I know Tinsley had a story similar to mine a while back when he went on his cruise.
Yeah, when we took our first cruise, Morgan booked an excursion, but through like a third party, not through the cruise line. And I thought we got ripped off the whole time because they were an hour late picking us up. But we had to just find our own way there. And the same thing happened with us. Got in the taxi. I purposely only brought $20 cash so I wouldn't lose more than that. And the guy was like, oh, I can't. Once we got there, he said $10 there, $10 back, we'll be waiting. And then once we got there, he's like, well, I can't break it. I was like, well, I guess if this ride was free then, right? And he's like, no, I'll keep this, but I'll make sure and take you back. He didn't bring us back. I don't remember how he got back.
Oh no,
I don't remember. But
the thing is that you bring a low amount of cash because if you did, I've heard of stories of pickpocketing or just like losing if you lost it or whatever happens. If we took like $400 or $500, I would have been devastated if we would have went down to the beach and then someone snatched our bag and we lost $500. Where if it was like, oh, 100 or less than that or whatever, I'm like, oh, that still stinks.
They could have just talked you. They could have talked you out of it. It sounded like you let that dude charge you $30 each for the beach and $30 for the ride. You're just like, all right.
At this point I was like, we already paid $30 to get here. We might as well just pay the 20 a person, which at that point we should have just been like, all right, let's just go back. We took a $60 ride just to stop here and go back. But I don't know.
You got to tell
everybody was getting in the taxis, huh?
But you wanted to go to the free beach. You should have been like, no, take me to the free beach.
I know. I got put. Well, he kept saying that Alberto's was not a free beach, and I was like, well, we might as well just go to this place if it's nicer and you pay. He really did. Like, I felt kind of scammed over, and it happens to everybody. We're literally talking to people and we're like, oh yeah, don't do that. I wanted to tell people on the way out that were getting in the taxis. I was like, don't do this. Like, but I don't know how else you get around because it was I was like, we can't walk anywhere. It was literally trees in the road. Like there was it's like it's meant to not have like sidewalks so people walk or travel. Your literal travel is taxis, and everybody was using them. So now we know. Lesson learned. Everybody listening on the podcast, just book, because I knew this about excursions. They will not leave. The ship will not leave if it's an excursion through your cruise ship.
Yeah.
If it is an excursion on a third party, they will leave you, but they will not leave if it's an excursion through your party. So it's almost like insurance, right? So not like, and I've just heard that it costs a little bit more, but at that point, it's like it was worth it if we would have done an excursion. So
yeah, you took probably a 30-minute taxi ride to and from for $100.
Yep, that's basically what we did. That is what we did.
I hope you know that the title of this episode is going to be Messin got robbed in Mexico.
What? Question mark?
I already got it.
Yeah, almost seemed like it at that point. I was like, we didn't actually get like held at gunpoint, but I felt very like robbed.
Oh, you were
like,
robbed.
Just took my money. Yeah.
You were nice.
So I had a coworker that went to Costa Rica recently, and he said he got a lot of advice that sometimes the police will stop you and they'll just be like, give us any cash you have. To like search you and then just take all your cash and be like, this is for I don't know. They'll just like make something up. They'll like, "Are you from here?" And you'd be like, "Oh, I'm on this trip." And they'll be like, "Oh, okay, this is for Costa Rica." And then they'll like just take all your cash. So like they recommended you put it like in like a bag around your waist or something that they can't find if they just like pat you down. Because if you empty your pockets, they'll like take whatever cash you have or whatever. It is wild. You gotta have your head on a swivel out there.
Different rules too. It was and the taxi ride back. The guy was literally like on the left side of the road. He was honking at people. He was going 120 kilometers per hour, which meant he was going 80.
Yeah.
We did the conversion, and the speed limit was 45 miles an hour, and he was going 80. Literally just swerving through people, cutting people off, honking, and it was like I was like fearful for my life.
More trips, more money.
Yep, that's what it was. He was already heading back to go pick up other people. So I should have been like, no, you can just head back without $20. I should have stuck to my guns. This was like a test to me to try to be a little. That $5 would have left me there.
The boat would have left you.
I mean, it was like 9:30 in the morning, and we just started our day, and because we got off at like 8, and we get to this island at like 9:30, and we're like, all right, we're not even enjoying ourselves. Let's just go back. So, but yeah, had a great time though. Besides that, the worst part is when they were like offering you things, and you're like, no, and it's not because you refuse to or you don't want to. It's because you don't have enough money.
I literally got robbed earlier and don't have any money to pay you. Sorry.
I'm sure it happens quite a bit, actually.
That's probably true.
Yeah. All right. That was my story.
Yeah, that was great.
Thank you.
We do have a packed episode today, so we're going to jump into press releases here. And we're going to see what we've got. We have a lot of stuff in the news right now. So, Tins, you got a press release for us?
I do. So, we're big fans of Taco Bell here at the podcast. I think the crowning jewel of Taco Bell is the Baja Blast. Every summer for the last few years, they have allowed it to be sold in convenience stores, gas stations, Walmart, all that good stuff.
Right.
To celebrate the 20-year anniversary of Baja Blast being created, we're getting it all year long, boys and girls. You can find Baja Blast all year. I've already been stocking up. It's in the fridge. It's every time I stop to get gas or a gas station snack, Baja Blast is being grabbed. So it's a great day to be alive.
That's big. Huge.
So it's tough for everyone with the New Year's resolutions to not drink sodas because Baja Blast is here. I wasn't one of those people anyway.
I mean, the fact that I used to just go to Taco Bell just to get a Baja Blast.
Yep.
So it's a game changer to get it off the shelves. During the summer, we'd always stock up on it. So I used to work for a company where we would have to stock vending machines, and they would just have leftover cases that were expired because the factory workers didn't want Baja Blast for some reason. And I just remember taking cases home.
Cowards.
Taking cases home of that stuff. I was like, this is the best gig ever. I could do this all the time. I could just get paid in Baja Blast.
We took like 3 cases to Myrtle Beach one time.
Yeah, we did do that.
We'll save that story for dumbest ideas draft.
Yeah, that's a good one. We had a couple of ill-fated trips that just were fine. We could put the Washington D.C. one on there as well.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
So yeah, Baja
Blast for the whole world.
Maybe
we're all winners there. Not a winner this week. Sports Illustrated laid off basically every employee. Not good. Yeah. So they've been around for like 70 years, obviously famous for some of their sports coverage in an age where we're going more and more into the digital world. I think they just haven't kept up. They've had a bunch of issues, but this week apparently they laid off pretty much the entire team. So rip to Sports Illustrated. It was a good run. You're out. Sorry. Tough stuff. I don't have a lot to say about that. It was just throwing that out there.
Yeah, it stinks. I mean, I used to love getting their magazines. And you get like my favorite part was like the college football breakdowns before the seasons would start. You get like the rosters and same thing for like NFL season too. So it's tough. RIP.
Rip to a legend. Sports Illustrated. All right, Mason, you got anything for us?
Yeah. While I was gone, they announced that the Super Bowl will be coming up here shortly. We're actually watching playoffs right now while we're recording, and they announced that Reba McEntire will sing the national anthem, as well as performances from Post Malone and Andra Day. Don't know who that is, but Reba McEntire to be honest, kind of made a comeback in my mind. She was one of the like guest, what do you call them? Judges, team captains, whatever on Voice. Yep. And so she had a show, and then she's had her music career. So I don't know if she really went away, but then it's like all of a sudden she's like on The Voice and doing the national anthem. Chris Stapleton did it last year, I believe, and it was a home run out of the park. So I always like, because it's this huge, like, not just the game, right? You have halftime performance, you have the national anthem, other performances. Post Malone, apparently, I think they do like a side thing where he's like at another concert, like outside the stadium. So yeah, that is my press release.
Great.
I'd be careful. I think Reba never really went away. I'd be careful. Morgan would fight you over Reba slander more than she does.
Tinder's already got his fair share of the slander on the Dolly front. Because
I'd just say be careful. Anything you say about 90s and before era country women singers, people will fight you.
Tins has been on the streets.
It's my advice.
I was just saying she's been busy here lately with the whole Voice, and now got this going.
She's always been busy. She's an icon. She's an icon.
Tins is doubling down.
She's done nothing but put out awesome content.
Wow, this is crazy stuff.
Name a song, Tins. Name one song.
When the lights went out in Georgia.
Oh, wow.
All right, there you go. True fan.
True.
Actually, can we rename this pod to Tins #1 Reba fan?
No, that has a name already, Mason. It's about you getting robbed.
Just put in the description then.
Okay. Tins #1 Reba fan. I had one other thing, actually. I mentioned it maybe last week in the press release, but it's been kind of around more and more, and I'm hearing some more stuff about it. And so the Apple Vision Pro, have you guys actually seen this thing? Like what it can do?
Me. No, it makes me,
So it's sort of like virtual reality, but you can literally be sitting down on like a couch and have like a TV screen in front of you playing whatever. Like you can do work on it. It'll pull up screens as if it's like a computer screen, but it's like right in front of your but you can also see through it. And so it's very futuristic in nature. We talked about the price point of $3,500 and how that's extraordinarily expensive. But some of the prices for some of the accessories came out this week. The Apple Vision Pro travel case is $200. Just the travel case to take it around. The battery is $200. The optical inserts are $100. The light seal is another $200. The battery holder, if you want to buy one, is $50. It's $3,500 plus another like $500 of accessories just to make it work, basically.
Right.
And so I've heard some things. Just that it's supposed to be huge. I think they're expecting it to be massive. I think they've basically sold out of I think that was announced that they basically sold out of that first run that they're going to be putting out. But it could be the future. This could be the next big thing, honestly, where it's like everyone has something like this or whatever. Like the price point is kind of ridiculous, but I think you're going to start seeing these around more and more. Crazy.
Think about, I think it will go down like when everything's new, like an iPod.
Yeah.
Like you could probably buy one on eBay for like $1 now, but it was like hundreds and hundreds of dollars.
Yeah.
Back when it was first new. I have a prediction. So when I was a kid, we had wide array sports, and then when I was in high school and college, then they turned to the video boards where you could like, write on it, but it was video,
right?
Touch screen basically. And now it's I don't have any kids, but kids are now getting laptops like in elementary school doing homework. True. Zach, when you were a teacher, I'm sure you could attest to some of this.
That is true. Yes.
I'm gonna make a prediction that our kids or our kids are going to use these to learn. They're just gonna have them at every desk. They're gonna look and it's gonna have the solar system. There's going to be back at prehistoric times, they're going to have like the dinosaurs. That's how you're going to learn about the anatomy of the body. You just put these on and it's going to be like a virtual, like you could see into the human body of like the anatomy. I just really think that as technology develops, so does like your learning skills. They want it, whatever's easier, whatever's better, especially what would be easier for the teacher is just put these goggles on. They can like still verbally say something, but they don't have to have visuals anymore.
Yeah, I would say that's actually probably not that far. I think, I don't know, working in a school and like as a math teacher, they have a lot of schools are adopting these like STEM labs where you can do a lot of learning through and some of the STEM type subjects. And I think very soon they'll be buying these for education. I think you're right. I think that would be very cool for the sciences and for, I mean, even history, like where they'll have like, you could walk through old cities or, events, and you could like kind of reimagine things. I mean, I could see definitely, I think that will be a part of education in the future. It's going to be a part of everything. I mean, I think this is being promoted as being able to use for work a lot, where you can, from what I've heard, it can make like art and, I don't know. I have someone who mentioned editing music and stuff can be a lot easier whenever you're using them. So something interesting there. We will definitely, they release next month, so we'll start hearing some more about them, I'm sure, in the next few weeks and some more about it.
Second prediction, I feel like movie theaters could change with this. Like the 3D theaters, like at any like park, like Universal or something.
Yeah.
You put these on, there's fans to make wind. There's like things that could it could be a 3 or 4D. Is it 4D that they do?
Usually.
That's called 4D.
It's like
so motion. I think it could change movie theaters as well, because movie theaters have been down. We went to Daytona and watched a movie, and we were the only two in there. So.
Wow. That's good that we're picking on the most excited stuff.
Oh, what the?
Okay, any other press releases?
Nope.
All right.
Good.
So we have one more thing until we get into our, I don't know, we haven't really named it yet, whatever this kind of top 10 list, 2024 top 10. So I've been watching a TV show. This is a Should I Watch That segment. I've been watching the TV show Reacher. Are you guys familiar?
Yep.
Yes.
Have you watched all of it, Tens?
I've not watched all of it.
I'm about halfway through the second season, which is the one that's just coming out now. I went back and watched all of season 1 because I hadn't seen it yet. I'd heard about it and I was like, I'm going to go check it out. And season 2, I think, has been releasing. I think it's almost over. I really like this show. I actually, it's much better than I thought it was going to be. Maybe, I don't know why, I was comparing it to something like Jack Ryan with John Krasinski. Yeah. It's a good bit different than that. Much more like a detective type show. It's about a team of, the first season is about this guy, Jack Reacher. He's like ex-military. He is like the most jacked human I've ever seen. It was actually pretty good for me wanting to get back in the gym because I saw him and I was like, oh gosh, this guy is humongous. So he's kind of this like freakishly built guy who's also really good at detective work. And I really like the guy who plays him. I really like the show so far. The second season, like I said, I'm about halfway through it. So no spoilers or anything, but there's a lot of action. There's a lot of killing.
Yes.
I wouldn't watch it with children. There's a lot of death, violence, like every episode. Like he just kills everybody pretty much. Yeah. So if that's not your thing, maybe find something else. But so maybe for mature audiences more so. But I really like it. I think it's a good show. I think if you like the action genre, I really like watching action stuff while I'm on the treadmill because it keeps my attention and makes me forget how much pain I'm in. So if that's something for you, it works for me. It also says if you need a motivation to get back to the gym, could be for you as well. Because
so you can look like him, Jack Reacher. Is that what you're doing? You're trying to look like him?
Yes. We have.
It's going to take a lot of extra stuff.
Yeah.
To get to Jack Reacher's level.
Steroids.
I think.
Yeah.
I think you look like him now, Zach.
I
thought I was actually talking. I thought we actually had a guest speaker on.
This
Jack
is him.
Reacher today.
Yeah, I am him.
How do you feel about the rumors of him being Batman?
Is that real?
He is the leading candidate to be the next Batman, and they're them reviving the Justice League universe.
His name's Alan Richson. For all of you who are curious, he's been in not a ton of stuff, but some other things. I guess he was one of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in the newest reboot, Raphael. And then he was in Fast X as well. Unsurprisingly, they kind of just get all the action stars and put him in there. But I actually think it could be good. I don't know. He's got that kind of smoldering vibe.
Mm-hmm.
In the show, he kind of has that more lighthearted sense of humor, but he always is pretty serious. He's obviously built humongous. I don't know. Is Batman supposed to be built that big? I think he's actually 6'6" in real life. He is humongous.
Yeah, he's a very big guy.
So I don't know. That might be weird. I don't know if Batman's supposed to be.
I don't think Batman's supposed to. Yeah, I think that's why Christian Bale is such a good Batman, because he was ripped, but he's not 6'6", looks like an NFL defensive lineman.
Yeah. This guy he's huge. Yeah. So I don't know. I can see it. I can also see him as one of the superheroes that's kind of just supposed to be
Superman.
Superman would work, I think. I'm trying to think of another one that would make sense.
They should bring back Green Lantern.
Maybe he should be what's his name? What's in the Fantastic Four? The Thing? Is that it?
The Thing.
Yeah, he's just huge.
But you have to CGI him covered in the Rock stuff, so it doesn't translate. He's like a good-looking guy.
He is.
The Thing is supposed to be like a creature.
Like a beast. Okay, makes sense. Maybe you're right. I don't know. I could see Batman potentially.
I've seen a lot of
Batman.
Him becoming Batman, and as I've watched Reacher, I'm like, I don't know if he's Batman. Batman is not. I don't know if he's I don't know.
Yeah, could be.
I'll think. I am Batman.
Oh, Mason.
Was that Batman. Good? Should I cast for it?
Batman. Mason is built like Batman, I think. Okay, so there's your show. I watched that. I'm expecting this next segment to be a little lengthy, so I think we should get into it. Okay, so here are the rules for everybody involved. Here were the stipulations put out. We each picked our top 10 in order, things that we're excited to watch or engage with throughout this year. So the rules were it has to be happening in 2024, whether it's an event, a movie, a TV show, video game. And that's pretty much it. So how we're going to do this, it's not necessarily a draft here. We're going to work our way from 10 up to 1. If we pick something that someone else in the group has picked higher on their list, then we'll wait until get to their pick for us to talk about it. Does that make sense, everybody?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So this is more of just things we're excited about, talking about things that are on our radar for this year. I think our lists are going to be pretty different as well, so I think that'll be pretty fun. Okay. Does anyone want to go first? Let's let Mason go first. Mason, number 10.
All right.
Number 10.
All right, number 10. So anybody knows me, I'm not the biggest show or movie person, so this should be interesting. All right. Thank you, Zach.
Zach's knocking his lunch everywhere right now.
Sorry, everybody. Sorry.
This is great podcast content. Just knocking over some more.
Zaxby's.
All right, let's get this together.
Where'd you get the Drake is
Sorry, it was stuck on my power cord, and I tripped over it temporarily, and so yeah, that's my fault, everybody. Sorry.
Well,
okay, number 10.
It can't be anyone else's fault.
I'm gonna go with a show. This is something that is almost seems like Deal or No Deal and Survivor had a baby. And it's called Deal or No Deal Island Season 1. It's got Boston Rob in it from Survivor.
Wow.
It has the cases in it. It's like Survivor games, but with the cases. So I'm not kidding. Let's give this a shot a little bit.
Is Boston Rob hosting it?
No, he's in it as a contestant.
Who's hosting it?
Yeah.
His name is, as I'm looking, someone else say something about this.
I mean,
it was on here. Oh, so Joe Manguella. Howie Mandel will not be on this, but it's some other guy named Joe Manuela.
Okay.
Joe Manuela.
Love it.
Joe Manuela.
Yes, thank you.
I don't know who that is.
Who is it?
He's been a host on some other stuff.
Nobody else is really. They're all just like, they're your typical Survivor cast people. Like you have the older lady, the model, the younger nerd, like and then you have Boston Rob in there from Survivor. But I just thought that. So I was watching a playoff game and it came on afterwards. So it looked pretty fun. Okay. So I'm going to at least give it a shot. It comes out February 26th, I believe.
I like it.
It's just Deal or No Deal. They're just going to do it on an island.
No, it's not. No, we watched it. They're taking the show Tropical Island with physical and mental challenges. The game will feature hidden briefcases worth $200 million with contestants competing to secure them. They have to compete. They get in the mud. They do obstacle courses. We watched it. They have mental puzzles. It's literally like Survivor. The crew, I'm pretty sure it's the same thing. Yeah.
Shout out my man, Joe. Now I can't say his name because you're saying it wrong. He's like a very famous actor. He's in Justice League. He's Deathstroke.
But you never see his face though, right? Or do you?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't watch that dumb movie. I don't consume Zack Snyder.
Pretty sure he's got a mask on the whole time.
Okay, February 26th. It's a 90-minute special.
Great.
I thought it was something fun.
So is it just one episode?
No, it's a whole season, but that's the premiere, 90-minute premiere special, and then it's a whole.
I'm definitely gonna check it out. I like both those shows. Okay.
We watch Deal or No Deal all the time.
Yeah,
so
I love Survivor.
Did it look a little cheesy, perhaps? But that's the vibe. Okay. Yeah. All right, that's my number 10.
All right,
love it. Okay,
thank you.
I like that, Mason. That's different.
Thank you, everybody.
Okay, my
reality TV shows.
You definitely, yeah, we could have, I guess. Sure. Love it. All right, my number 10 is a movie coming out. Could be very bad. This could be very bad. But I'm picking it. It's coming out in August 30th. It is Kraven the Hunter. A Spider-Man villain. Did anyone else pick this anywhere on the list?
It was close.
Okay. Yeah, I was at the bottom of mine. Kraven the Hunter is a villain in the Marvel universe, but this is coming out. This is a Sony movie starring Aaron Taylor Johnson, which he has been recast, obviously, because he was in he's been in a lot of stuff, but he was Pietro Maximoff in Avengers Age of Ultron.
Yeah.
And so he's been in a couple different things, but now he's getting recast in the Marvel world, the Sony version of it, as Kraven the Hunter. So I honestly don't know a ton about this guy, but I know he's pretty good. Russell Crowe is also in this movie. And so I'm excited about it. I think it's fun. I think those movies, as we know, are pretty hit or miss. There's another one coming out in that Sony verse that we will be drafting later, I think. At least Tens will, from what I hear. And so we'll see. I don't know. Could be fun. Could be bad.
Could also be bad.
That's why it's number 10.
It's 50-50 chance.
All right, 10s. What do you got?
All right, for my number 10, I went with the movie Civil War, coming out April 12th, 2024. Kind of like an ominous, maybe, I don't know. It's a different kind of movie, kind of in the style of like Leave the World Behind, futuristic. America is falling apart. Civil War erupts. Nick Offerman is in it as the president.
True.
But I think the main cast is Kirsten Dunn. She's a reporter, and she's trying to reveal the truth of what's going on in America so the Civil War will stop. And so she's trying to get to the White House and goes through all the fighting and everything that's going on. So looks interesting. Kind of a different style of movie.
Yeah, it's getting a lot of hype around right now.
Lots of hype. Yeah.
So a lot of people are saying it could be like a Oscar type movie. And I've heard a lot of hype from the guy who's making it, Alex Garland. He's made a lot of these type of movies, these like post-apocalyptic type movies. So
yep.
I also am pretty excited about that one. Yeah, I agree. Good one.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, Mason, number 9.
All right. So I was trying to look. This one comes out in the summer. I think it will be a popular one because of the first one that came out. Did anybody watch Twister?
Oh,
yeah. This
Twister
is a good pick, Mason. Yeah.
Thank you. Twister's July 19th, 2024. The 1996 disaster movie Twister. This is basically a remake. I thought maybe it was going to be like just a new one, but it's a remake off of that original one. So yeah, I didn't know any of the actors. Well, actually, no, I do. Glenn Powell, Daisy Edgar Jones,
names are your
Anthony
strong
Ramos. Point. Yep, they really are. So yeah, I'm gonna go with that.
Great.
Twisters. Thank you.
I've heard it's pretty. Yeah, there's some hype around that as well. It's in production right now, but that has been talked about for a while.
Yeah. And I know so many people that's like their favorite movie for some reason. Coworkers and patients and stuff. I don't know. So Twisters, 2024.
There you go.
There you go.
Love it.
That'd be
Thank you.
Choice for favorite movie ever. Pure destruction.
It's a stressful movie.
I will say my wife is a pretty big. She was like a geography major, and she loves weather. And so I can almost she's not a big fan of the first Twister movie because it's not super accurate apparently with some of the things they do. So I am almost positive we'll be watching that movie at some point, the new one, so she can judge it. Okay, good pick, Mason.
Thank you.
All right, my number 9. I'm not sure if how this is going to play here, but I'm picking the second season of House of the Dragon. Obviously, in the Game of Thrones world, this might be the biggest show coming out this year, TV wise. I did watch the first season, and it was pretty good. I actually have not watched the whole Game of Thrones show, but I did watch the first season of House of the Dragon. It was pretty entertaining. I think there's a lot of anticipation on the second season because it's kind of going towards a big like civil war that everyone knows. So I think it's going to be exciting. I think a lot of people are going to be watching it. So there you go.
I've never consumed any of the Game of Thrones stuff, but I've always been interested in it.
Yeah.
I also didn't think about doing second seasons or new season or like a continued version for this.
Oh, yeah. You can do anything that's coming out.
I should have. Okay. I'll probably have a change on my list.
It'll all get covered eventually, so it's okay.
You said the best show coming out this year. I thought that was Deal or No Deal Island.
That is true. I didn't say best. I said the biggest. I think it's going to be the biggest, like most widely. Maybe you're right, Mason. Deal or No Deal Island will maybe be the biggest.
It'll be the next big thing.
You're right.
Good pick, Zach.
10's number 9.
Number 9, I'm going to get the first video game on the board. I'm going to go with Star Wars Outlaws. It's the first
Ooh,
open world Star Wars game to date
love
where
it.
you can pretty much choose what you're doing. The base of the game is you are a character who is joining the rebellion for the early Empire days, and you just get to make choices of how you're fighting back against the Empire. But it's open world, get to travel to different planets,
Cool.
and all that. So it should be fun. It's getting a lot of hype, and kind of kicking off all these new open world games Star Wars
Yeah.
is finally jumping into.
That's been highly anticipated.
Yes.
Yeah, that's been a big one that
That'd
I
be
know
cool.
a lot of people have talked about. Yeah.
Sweet. Love it. All right. No repeats yet. These have all been unique picks. So I have a feeling at the top we'll have a couple at least.
Yeah.
Mason.
All right. I'm going to go somewhere different with this one. It's going to be a specific event. I don't know if I'm going to get away with this or not, but I'm going to try it anyways. And that is going to be Super Bowl 58 halftime show performed by Usher.
Wow.
Listen.
Love it.
I asked about the Super Bowl. It happens every year, so it's like no. But this specific halftime show, and that's usually hyped up every year. There's something controversial, Rihanna being pregnant or whatever, and then it's like
that was controversial.
This is it wasn't controversial.
So there she'd be pregnant.
No, everybody talked about it. I guess. Okay. No, and I did not know this, but Usher has a new album coming out February 9th. So the timing of that, the halftime show will be the whole game itself is February 11th. New album coming out, new songs. Yeah, will Little John or Ludacris be on it? You know, or is there going to be any guest performances? So,
man,
that's my
There you go.
That's number 8 of the whole 2024.
You never see too Mason. That's a good one though. That is interesting. That will be talked about for sure. That'll be a big thing. It always is. Okay, number 8. I told the guys that my top. I feel really good about my top 6 or 7. My bottom ones are kind of iffy. Wow, no pun intended. I'm picking this as my number 8, and that is the movie If. John Krasinski created and directed. We got a trailer out. This is another one. I picked it basically just because of the people involved.
Yeah.
Strictly, let me just give you a list really fast. I said earlier, this is John Krasinski written and directed, and I've liked most of the stuff he's done. I do like him. Ryan Reynolds is the main character, as well as the person playing his daughter. Kaylee Fleming, I'm not sure who she is, but so here are some of the other people involved in the project with characters. John Krasinski is a character of some sort. Steve Carell, I think, is the primary imaginary.
He's the voice actor. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. These are all voice actors at this point. Yeah. Phoebe Waller-Bridge is in it, as well as Emily Blunt, Matt Damon, Jon Stewart. I don't know. The list is crazy of all the different people involved in this. Awkwafina, Vince Vaughn is apparently in it to some degree. So, huge cast to be these voice actors for all of these imaginary friends and stuff. I think it's going to be fun. A nice, family-friendly movie coming out in May is when it's expected. Don't sleep on this. I think there's a chance this could be like one of those huge movies that blows up as like a children's movie, like a family-friendly thing that's like really big.
Get a lot of awards and stuff as well.
It could. I don't know. It may just be a decent movie, but I think it could be one of those that kind of blow up in the summer and it turns into a really big movie, kind of like Super Mario Brothers did this year.
Right.
Sometimes those family movies can really blow up. So
Ryan Reynolds has also been a busy man, seems like.
Yeah, he's going to show up later, and I'm guessing all of our drafts.
Probably.
Yep. Okay. Tens?
All right. Number 8, this was my press release last week, but The Walking Dead, The Ones Who Live. This is Andrew Lincoln's return as the famed Rick. Can't even think of his last name now. Grimes, there it is. Rick Grimes. It's a 6-part episode miniseries. They were thinking it was going to be a movie. They decided instead of 2 movies, let's just do 6 episodes. Very excited about this. This has got me back into being interested in The Walking Dead. I'd kind of tailed off by like season 7 or 8, I think. But this is getting a lot of hype. It's going to open up a lot of these miniseries getting, instead of the whole universe going like this, they're going to kind of get it all back together and get everyone back together for another main series. So I'm excited about it. The Walking Dead's still pretty big, even though I think everyone got a little Walking Dead fatigue there in the whole country. But who knows? It could come back. Rick Grimes, baby.
We're back, baby. Yeah, it's one of those. That was definitely one where it doesn't happen nowadays, where you're on long enough for people to start getting tired of it. TV shows are so condensed, where you have like three or four seasons max.
Yeah,
like we're seeing it with Stranger Things is like 5, and I think they're even struggling there.
Yeah,
the Netflix of it all has really made it like taken from network television, where it's now so few seasons. But Walking Dead was the biggest thing on earth for a couple of those middle seasons, like 4 or 5. Yeah. And then all of a sudden it started being like, well, maybe this is still a lot. And then they did the spin-off Walking Dead show. And so I agree. I think I'm excited to see if they can kind of pull it all back around. All right, Mason, number 7.
Yeah. Number 7. We are rolling. I'm going to go with the final season to Yellowstone, the part 2. Do you want to know when the last season of Yellowstone came out? It was January 2023.
Mm-hmm.
And then for some reason, Kevin Costner just decided to be a drama queen. Hot take.
He did.
Take a lot of time. He didn't want to work. It's like, what did you sign up for? He wanted to be on his own schedule, and he's like the main character. Right. So I recommend, they did put it out on TV. They were trying to revive it a little bit and gain some more. So they put it out on TV. I recommend watching it on there because they cleaned some stuff up a little bit. Obviously, that's how we actually did it. We were watching it because there is a little bit of some things that you want just
language.
So yes, but there's a lot of that. And watch it on TV. You can do that. But so 5 seasons, they're finishing it up. And they're going to, this is not part of it, but I just want to throw out there, they are doing a Matthew McConaughey spinoff called 2024, possibly. It's still, that's what it's talked about.
Yeah, apparently the creator of the show is now having issues with Matthew McConaughey. Kind of seems like maybe the creator of the show is turning into a problem.
Yeah, that would be Taylor Sheridan.
Yeah,
and all of his stuff have been extremely popular. They did a show with Tim McGraw. They did what was it? They did another one. They did 2. They've done 3 total
2 prequel series. Yeah,
prequel series.
The first one was Sam Elliott, big Western star.
Yeah, so they've done a lot of that, but they're finally going. It's projected November of this year. So I hope I don't get docked for this if he continues to push it off and they just never do it. I can see that also being a thing.
Yeah, I think that's going to happen.
But as of right now, to finish up the series, the last season was super slow. I like it because it's very action-packed. So if you like that type of stuff, it's full of action the whole time. Yeah, that's my number. What are we at? 7? That's my number 7.
All right.
Yep.
I like that, Mason.
Thank you.
Got some good stuff out there. All different things that I'm thinking of, though. So we're hitting all the pieces. I like it. All right. Number 7 for me is going to be a show coming out on HBO Max, a spinoff of something we mentioned earlier, and that is The Penguin. Does anyone else have this, Tins?
No, I didn't know enough about it.
Okay. Yeah, so it's Colin Farrell reprising his role from the Batman movie. That was very popular and I really liked. Kind of as a crime lord. He plays the Penguin, obviously, Oswald Cobblepot. And so it's kind of I think it's going to end up being a lower level kind of street crime drama in Gotham City. I think it'll be good. I really liked the Batman movie. I liked his character in it, so I think it's going to be fun.
Yeah, that will be good. I like Colin Farrell, too. That was a good casting. It's funny because he's like a very handsome, good-looking guy, jacked, and then he got to play the disgusting penguin.
It's true. It is funny.
I hope they hold true to a lot of, because the penguin's character is like just gross in the comics.
That's his whole thing. Yeah, he's literally like a penguin. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, 10's number 7.
All right, number 7. I'm going with Madam Web. I am a very big fan of the Spider-Man universe. Spider-Man is my favorite superhero. What I'm hoping, I hope this movie does well, just for the simple fact of it opens up more for the Spider-Man universe. I think this is supposed to be Andrew Garfield's timeline, so I don't know. There's a lot of rumors that the Dakota Johnson's character, who's a paramedic, she's partnered with Uncle Ben. She says she calls that guy Ben, so that's supposed to be Uncle Ben. That would lean more towards Tom Holland Spider-Man, because that guy is younger. The Uncle Ben, it's the guy from Parks and Rec. What's his name? Amy Poehler's husband.
Yeah. It's
Adam something, right? Adam Scott.
Yeah. One of you guys picked that as one of your top 50s.
Yeah. Is this guy
50 years old? Interesting.
So
that's another one that I think could be good or could be bad.
Could be good or could be bad. Could be good for the Spider-Man universe, or just I'm not a fan of Venom, and that's kind of made it bad for me. So hoping to turn it around.
Anyone have Venom 3 on their draft?
Nope.
Mason?
Nope.
Bummer. All right. I like it.
Madam Web. It's a little high. It was a little high, but
yeah. All right. We roll. Mason, number 6. We're going to pick a lot of the same ones here. Here at the top, I think.
Yeah, everybody has this on their list, I'm sure. And that's going to be probably one of the top concerts of the whole year. Morgan Wallen's One Night at a Time tour. It's got to be so this guy is doing things unthinkable. In his top 100, he had all 36 songs from his last album on the top 100. No one's ever done that before.
Wow.
He's one of the most popular country artists.
Song album.
Listen to this. Listen to this. His album select dates will be featuring either Jelly Roll, Lainey Wilson, Bailey Zimmerman, John Party, Nate Smith, Brian Martin, Lauren Watkins, or Ellen Langley.
I don't like a single one of those country artists that's going with him.
You're not a Jelly Roll fan?
No.
So you got like 3 or 4 of them featuring with him on the concert. I will not be going to this concert because the starting tickets are Nope, I'm not made out of this much money. They are $400 or $500 for nosebleed.
You got it all stolen in Mexico.
Yeah, we'll see.
I mean, you're looking at these are almost close to like the Taylor Swift prices. Well, kind of. This will be the most that I've seen in a really long time.
Mason just compared the Morgan Wallen concert to the Taylor Swift concert. Down. You're canceled.
Canceled. Is it Morgan Wallen like a racist or something?
All right, let's move along. Let's move along here.
Could be. Okay, number 6. I'm gonna guess this is gonna pop up somewhere else. This is coming up very soon, actually, just in a few weeks. Avatar: The Last Airbender, Netflix. Is that on anyone else's list? Okay, we'll save it. We'll save it. 10's your number 6.
Well, we'll just do a little trade here because I'm sure this is higher on your list. I have Deadpool 3.
Yeah, that's higher on my list as well.
All right, so we'll save it.
Okay, Mason, number 5.
My number 5 is going to be Joker. I don't even know how to. Can somebody else explain or say the rest of the title?
I'm good. It's in French.
Yeah.
Okay.
You got it.
The second Joker. Okay, so I actually took me along.
Mason.
Folie Dulux. I don't know.
Careful.
So the successful first one, $1 billion at the box office. This one, this one's set for October 2nd of 2024. And the last one, I had something on here about how many awards it was. The first one got a lot of awards for it, but it goes a different route, right? This is kind of a. Did anybody talk about this one, or did anybody have this on their list?
No.
I'm over here talking about it. Okay.
I had it on like my long list, so it was on my radar, but I didn't pick it in my top 10.
I did want to talk about the part where Lady Gaga is in it as Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's just gonna go different. It goes like the grim, less actiony, like kind of. I don't know.
So I've heard I've heard it's a musical.
I also saw that in here. Yeah, it's gonna go like a musical route. I think it'll probably have like 2 or 3 musical numbers. Lady Gaga's done that in some of her other movies.
I'm sure she'll be like a musician of some sort. In the same way that he was like a stand-up comic, if I had to guess, she will be like a musician, singer. It does have Brendan Gleeson in it as well, Kathleen Keener, Steve Coogan, so some pretty big names. I expect this to be kind of that Oscar type movie. I liked the first Joker. It was very dark, obviously.
Yeah,
but I think this could be like a box office hit potentially. Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, we're gonna keep this train rolling here. Number 5, I know that it's gonna be on both of your lists. That is the new NCAA college football game. Did you not pick that? Okay, yeah. Move it on. We'll talk about it later. It's 10's number 1. Okay. Number 5, 10's.
A Quiet Place Day 1. This is a look at the Quiet Place. This is now the 3rd movie. This is the beginning of the invasion of the aliens. The very first movie is years down the line.
I like it.
And then the second one's even further. So this is a look into how it all starts and how the aliens first kind of invade Earth and wreak havoc. So looking forward to that. Another John Krasinski project. Anything he's attached to, I think, is very good. So Quiet Place.
Yeah, that I'm actually not sure that he's.
No, he's not. He's not directing it,
or even attached to it. Really, yeah.
But he created the first 2, so
he is for sure. Oh, it says he was involved with the writing.
Yeah. So,
but he's not.
He didn't direct it. Yeah, he's not directing this one. So, but I think it'll still be good. It's apparently it's going to follow the main character from the second movie. Can't think of his name right now, but kind of like how he gets everything set up, where he sets up the safe place for everyone.
I like it.
So
dope.
Looking forward to it.
All right, Mason.
I'm going to go with my number 4, Inside Out 2, coming out June 14th of 2024. Anybody have this?
No,
but
I think it'll be good. Yeah.
Going to be adding, it's going to be one of those family movies as well. The first one was very popular. It makes sense why they're doing a second one, adding new emotions of anxiety, ennui, embarrassment, and envy. So, so I'm going to just keep it quick there.
All right.
Yeah.
So I like it.
Go.
Okay. My number 4. This may not be showing up on other people's lists, so let's go ahead and do it. This is from the Star Wars universe. One of the only 2 things coming out in Star Wars this year. That's going to be The Acolyte.
Number 3.
10's, are you on it? Okay. Dang it. We'll wait. All right. 10's. Number 4.
Avatar: Last Airbender TV show.
There we are.
I think Netflix has poured a lot of money into this project, and I think it's going to be kind of, like their first few seasons of Stranger Things took the world by storm. I think Avatar: Last Airbender is going to do the same thing. I think everyone in our age range is going to be excited for this show.
Mm-hmm.
We've talked about it
a couple times
on the pod.
Yeah, it did. There was a little bit of a troubled production. They had some turnaround in who was in charge of it. I'm hoping the stuff that's come out early on has looked pretty good, so I'm excited for it. I think there's been a couple of times where this has been messed up, like the live action movie was horrible. Yeah. And so I think if it's just like keeping to the spirit of the show, I don't know, it doesn't seem like it's that hard. I don't know how people mess this stuff up so much. It's like people like the show, just do it.
Just do what the show was.
Like, why can't you just do the same thing? So we'll see. I think there's a lot of potential there for it to be really good. It also could be bad. I don't know. But I think it'll be fun. I'll definitely be watching for sure. For sure. Okay.
Good pick.
Mason, number 3.
Number 3?
Coming up to the top here. Yeah, top 3.
I'm going to go with Deadpool 3.
Yeah,
July
that's my
26th,
number
2024. 2. That's your number 2? All right, let's wait.
My number 3 is Gladiator 2.
Oh, no.
Anybody else have it? No. Gladiator 2. Okay, so Gladiator 1, very good movie. Obviously, Russell Crowe. I think it's ranked in the top 10 movies of all time on IMDb. No, it's number 36, but it's very highly rated. I really liked the first movie. This has kind of been a long time coming. The cast is coming out to be very good. Pedro Pascal, I think, is the leading man there. Paul Mescal also in it. Denzel Washington. The shaping up to be a very good cast. This is not coming out till the end of the year in November or December. But I think this could end up another one being a huge box office movie. A lot of people really like. That first Gladiator obviously was humongous. And so this is following the son of Maximus and his wife, apparently. So I think it's going to be good. I think that'll be a big movie, but not coming out till a good bit later. All right, Tins, number 3.
Right. So me and Zach both on the Acolyte. Zach said, it's one of the very few Star Wars projects coming out this year.
Right.
I'm very excited to just get a new storyline, a new time period. This is set for 100 years before what takes place in Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. New set of Jedi. So looking forward to that. I'm ready for a pretty good, something fresh for this Star Wars. Like, as much as Darth Vader is cool and Obi-Wan Kenobi is awesome and the whole Skywalker saga, let's try something new.
Yeah, this is whenever the Jedi were numerous in the High Republic area. Yeah, whenever they had the whole Jedi Order. I've heard some people who have got some sneak peeks and have been in on it that says this is very good. Everyone's pretty excited about it who has seen any parts of it. I've heard it might have more of the Andor type vibes, which I think we all really like Andor. So yeah. Which season 2 should be coming out in 2025, I think. So I think they are filming that, though, is what I've heard. So I think it's going to be fun. I think it'll be something new and fresh, not part of that Mandalorian universe that we've been in a lot of. Yeah. Something totally different. So I think that'll be good. Agree. All right, Mason.
Number 2.
Top 2?
Number 2. Watched them a lot. Even the Hobbit series. That would be Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings, The War of
Rohirrim.
Does anybody have that?
Nope. But it's a good pick.
Okay. It was delayed, and now we'll hit cinemas December 13th of 2024. Surprised nobody put this. A lot of what I read on it, it's linked to the Peter Jackson's classic trilogy. The prequel explores a dark chapter of Rohan's history set over 126 years before the Fellowship of the Ring. So prequel.
So this is animated, right?
I believe so. Yes.
Yeah. But I think it is going to be good. I am also. I've heard a lot of people are excited about this. I think it'll be fun. Yeah. That's a good pick.
I thought it'd just be different. Yeah. As of right now, yeah, or not as of, but it is animated. Yes. I couldn't really find a whole lot of voice actors yet, so maybe they're still figuring that out. I don't know.
Or all right. Secret.
Yeah. That's my number 2.
All right. So my number 2 has been mentioned a bunch of times, so it's time to talk about it here. Which means my number 1 is not on Tins' list, apparently. That's interesting. Or Mason's list, maybe. Deadpool 3. We've all had it on our list. There has been some news this week. Not really news, I guess, but Hugh Jackman posted some videos of him doing barbell curl or dumbbell curls and just looking swole. So we are back Hugh Jackman is getting ripped for Wolverine, and that's been filming for a while actually. I think that has a potential to be the biggest movie of the year. Box office wise, I think they're really going for the No Way Home vibe, where they're kind of pulling a bunch of different universes. Obviously, the Deadpool movies have been hugely popular, but haven't had a new one in a while. Wolverine, one of the most recognizable Marvel characters at this point. And so there's been rumors of all types of characters who might be making appearances in this movie and cameos. I think pretty much anything's on the table at this point. I think we're also expecting maybe Loki. Yeah, sure. Yep. At this point, I think we're expecting this to be a bridge into the world of the X-Men, which I think people are very excited about. So huge movie, huge hype for it. Ryan Reynolds, Hugh Jackman starring. I mean, it's kind of hard to mess up here. I think it's going to be really good. I'm excited.
Yeah, very excited for it as well. Hopefully they I hope they nail the X-Men thing, because I do think that's where we're headed next, and big X-Men fan. All right, my number 2 is the Fallout TV show series, starring Walter Goggins as a ghoul. If you're not familiar with the Fallout video game, it's a lot of fun. This TV show is kind of Amazon's crown jewel right now. They've spent a lot of money on it. From the looks of it, they are doing the video game justice, and if they do, it's got a huge fan base. It's one of the bigger video games. Every time it comes out with a new one, it's so big that it only come out every 2 to 3 years, because you can play it for so long. Open world, like RPG game. So very excited for this. Been looking forward to it for a while.
There you go. I think there is a lot of hype around it. It might be very good.
I don't think it could even be bad. I think it's either going to be very good or just good.
Just cool.
Yeah.
All right.
No chance it's bad with Walter Goggins in it as the main character. He is great.
All right, we're moving into number 1 territory here, folks. The number 1 property we are excited about coming up this year. Mason, what do you got?
I'm gonna go with 2024 Summer Olympics, taking place July 26th to August 11th in France, with Paris being the main host and 16 other cities across the metropolitan France area to host this. Always been excited to watch it, bet on it. It's like it's a big event. And also, there are 4 new events real quick, because I know we're going over on time. Anybody want to guess them?
Lacrosse, golf. Those are the 2 I know of.
It's France.
Yeah, new events like for Summer Olympics. Sports climbing, skateboarding, surfing, and breaking. Does anybody know what breaking is?
Like breakdancing?
It is breakdancing, yep. Wow. As an event. 4 new events.
I thought lacrosse was always on there.
It might have been.
Lacrosse in this Olympics?
There's a long list. There is a huge long list. I didn't realize this, but long list. So, yep, that's my number 1. It happens every 4 years. Something fun to watch during a very slow time of sports. So,
all right,
Olympics.
Love it. Okay, my number 1, shockingly not included on any of the other lists. That's very interesting to me, and that is going to be Dune Part 2.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I never watched the first one, so I never watched the first one.
That's where I was at.
Oh, great! So they don't like it at all.
I want to see that. I want to see it though. It looks.
They're re-releasing Dune in theaters, but it's also not been on HBO Max. No, it's on Netflix right now. Yeah, so go watch it. It's pretty long, but it is good. The second part is coming out. I mentioned a couple of things that I thought might be the biggest movie of the year. This is probably actually will be the biggest box office of the year. Zendaya coming back into this movie even more so. Timothée Chalamet, Florence Pugh, Josh Brolin, Stellan Skarsgård, Javier Bardem, Christopher Walker, Dave Bautista. I mean, the cast is kind of just insanity. Austin Butler is also in this movie. So, insane cast, a fun story. trying to flesh out this universe. I think it's going to be huge. I think it's going to be good. So that's coming out. That's my number one. And to wrap up, Tins.
All right. To wrap it up, I went with NCAA football, the video game. I feel like this is going to cause a wave at least in America. This is one of the most like highly anticipated video games. People have been clamoring for it since 2014.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're literally letting college football players get paid now in NIL deals so we can have this video game. I mean, there's people that they still play the game 2014 version. Have modded it to update to like current college rosters and stuff. I mean, it's huge on Twitch. So I am very excited for this game. If they do it right, if they just make it like they do Madden, then it's going to suck and everybody's going to be very angry.
I didn't know it was like 100%. That's why I didn't put it on my list.
Well, there's not a definitive release date. There's been a release date tossed around in July that most people are excited, but yeah, there's not been a definitive release date for sure.
Yeah. It's been back and forth for a while.
Just give me mascot mode or give me death.
Yes,
dynasty mode. You get to be a head coach. You get to recruit. It's very fun. It's a very fun game. It was always better than Madden. Is why people liked it so much, because it was just a better version of it was what Madden should have been. So I'm hoping they do it right. The whole transfer portal thing apparently is going to be in the game, so that's going to add another layer. If you are one of the ones who likes to do a dynasty mode, which I think most people do, so that'll be fun. So I'm very excited for that. If I fell for the rumors, it doesn't come out this year, then I will be in the riots with everyone else.
A lot of people thought it was going to get announced during the national championship game. There was going to be a trailer for it or something, and it never happened. So we'll see. Maybe they're waiting for Super Bowl. Who knows?
Ooh, that'd be great.
But I have heard that they pretty much paid out every single player involved, that they're using their name like $500 or something. But that's exciting stuff. And that's our top 10, everybody. Sorry for going a little long today. We did go a little bit past our normal time, but I enjoyed getting to go over all the stuff that we're excited for. Really different lists from all three of us, and all of it was good stuff. So we'll be covering a lot of this on our pod going forward. Whenever this stuff comes out throughout the year, we'll be talking about all of it. And so stay tuned for that. Be here for Friday. We have NFL playoffs happening literally as we record this. And so by then we will know the AFC and NFC championship matchups. So be here for that. And we hope you guys have a great week. See you on Friday.